Hey man, you read the title. It's time to stop blaming these billionaires and these greedy corporations for every single problem in your life. I've noticed, I feel like the biggest complainers that I've met, the people that complain about the government and how societies ran, I feel like they're the biggest complainers, but they put in no action into improving their life. They just want to blame the corporations and the billionaires for the way that their life is. And to some extent, sure, that's valid. These people set kind of the setting that we live in, right? But they don't put in no action. They complain so much about, the prices being raised, but then they still buy their Monster Energy drink. They still buy their coffee. They still need to smoke that weed. They still buy the alcohol. And it's like, yo, you don't need all of this. But I feel like some of these people are so lost and just listen and follow what they've been told. They don't think for themselves. They're kind of in this clown show almost. But then they still complain about it, even though they are consistently participating in this system that is being built. I think it got to a point where society is, working for the system, obviously. But I think it's so easy for the system to run and to grow because nowadays the regular person is now influencing other regular people to fall into this same system. Look at New York. New York just won, and these people are burning down the city. These people are destroying other civilians' cars just to celebrate a $1 billion business. At the end of the day, that's what the Knicks are. They're a basketball team, but it is a business at the end of the day that they won a championship. And I know that's a little bit of a dramatic example, but society still operates in that way. Like, I see little kids doom scrolling. Little kids, little 3-year-olds, the iPad is as big as their head, and they are just doom scrolling and blank staring into this screen. And it's like, as a society, as regular people, we are not doing a good job in helping each other out. We're just playing by the rules that the system has given us. We're the fuel to it. We are willingly fueling the system. The actions we take every day is what is keeping us in this same loop that these people are complaining about. They complain about their lives, but they're repeating these same actions. They're spending their money on things that are not that important. They're just doom scrolling their life away, or they watch a TV show to wind down. They go to bed late. They're not doing anything in their life to actually change it. They're letting their circumstances and the way life is just control them and dictate all their actions, but yet they still complain. They blame the greedy corporations. They blame the billionaires. And it's like, yo, like you need to take responsibility of your life. Like you have to understand that you can change your life. Not everyone is living in the same reality, the same miserable life that you are. You know? And that's why I'm saying I can't blame them, because people complain about the Netflix prices or YouTube TV, how it's gotten so expensive, how they're so greedy, but yet we still pay month by month. That makes no sense at all. We complain so much, yet we still, actually, it does make sense. It's because these people need to be entertained. Society has to be entertained. I think that is society's number one priority, is to be entertained. Because that's all it is. Attention is the highest form of currency. And these corporations understand this. You know, it baffles my mind. You know, I'm seeing this, and it's shocking seeing these people, how everyone is just a sheep, how everyone is blind, how no one takes accountability, you know, and like I'm realizing this, and then, you know, I listen to music, I listen to music, and these artists are talking about the same thing, but these songs are from 30, 40 years ago, but society has still not changed their ways of thinking. They put forth no action. We have all the information in the world, but we still put forth no action. You know, and that reminds me, people blame the government, right? Which is valid. They say, oh, release the Epstein files, keep everyone, like, make sure everyone's held accountable, expose these people. But guess what? If those files got dropped, all the names got dropped, you would still do nothing different with your life. Your life would still be the exact same. But these people think that once the Epstein files drop, like their life is going to change for the better. They're going to be free. They're going to leave their night. Like, what does the Epstein files have to do with your life? That is not going to change your life. But these people spend so much of their free time that they could be putting into themselves to better lives. But instead, they're just diving down the rabbit hole of, I'm just using the Epstein files for example, but they're diving down the rabbit hole of the Epstein files. They have all this information. They know so much, but they're doing nothing with it. And their life is going to stay the same whether the Epstein files happened, whether they didn't happen, whether they got released, whether they'll never get released. Their life is still going to be the same because they spend so much time in things outside of themselves, in drugs and partying, entertainment, Epstein files, whatever. So I think if we knew every single thing that the government did, every single corrupt thing that they did, the truth, 100% transparency, I don't think society would change. I think society would be the exact same. Because people don't want to put forth action. They just want to complain and blame others. And it's a trickle down effect. It's a trickle down effect where subconsciously now, because we blame the government, we don't take accountability in our lives. Like I said, they take no action. And I get it because it's the easy thing to do in the moment. Doom scrolling is a lot easier than putting in work after your job to maybe build a business for yourself. Doom scrolling is easy. I understand. That's the thing too, where this system is designed in a very productive, self-sustaining way where now everything is at our fingertips, right? We can find any information we want. From this desk, I can order groceries, I can order food, I can watch a TV show, I can watch a movie, I can doom scroll hours and hours away. And that subconsciously kind of makes us lazy. It takes away our ambition. It literally rewires our brain. These things are designed in a very particular way. They're designed so that our brain becomes purely addicted to it. It's all for a reason, right? So I get why the system works so well. I get why society hasn't changed from 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 25 years ago. But still, it still kind of baffles me. It does. Especially when I listen to music, like I said, and they're talking about the same things that I'm talking about right now. So I don't know if anything is going to change. I'm going to be honest. I was going to title this video, We've Been Lost the Plot, I'm Just Not Realizing It. Because society has lost the plot. I don't think the plot can be I don't think the plot can be retrieved. The plot's getting worse and worse actually. You know, like I said, like we're giving children iPads to doom scroll their lives away, because they have too much energy. It's like, yo, might as well give them a Xanax at that point. Might as well give might as well give your baby a Xan to to calm him down, just like you're using the iPad to calm him down to distract him. I'm being a little bit dramatic, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we are just programmed to do the easy thing in the moment. So the easy thing is giving your baby an iPad so it can stop running around. And it's like, that's what I'm saying, where the system is now self-sustaining, because now that kid, I can't even imagine the consequences on their brain from doom scrolling. I should probably research that, but it's almost unfathomable to me that at a young age, 3 years old, your brain is receiving so much information and stimulation, where it's like, I don't know. I feel like I sound like an unk saying the next generation's cooked, because that's what all the previous generations say before, but like, I don't know. And like, little kids are vaping. It's like, what are we doing? Nowadays, there's no good role models. I stay off Instagram, TikTok, so I don't know all the influencers, but from what I see, all of the big influencers that are gaining all this traction, they're terrible influences. But these little kids are just eating up this content. And most of these influencers, it's all centered around their lifestyle, how much money they have, the women that they have, or just the degeneracy that their life is filled with, that little kids are attracted to. So now, once they grow up, their morals are kind of being set in the internet, in what these influencers are doing. So there's no good role models out there. So I can see why this society is cooked, why this society has lost the plot. But I don't know, it is just still baffling. And then live streams too. Live streams blow my mind, where these people will have 10K, maybe even 20K plus viewers, and these people are just watching them live life. They're not even playing video games at this point. They're just living, they're going shopping, they're going to the zoo, and these people are like watching this in their bedroom on their phone. They probably have no money. They probably don't have a life that they want. But they are still spending so much time. They're even donating to these millionaire live streamers. They're commenting. Like, they are interacting with, I don't know, it's mind blowing. And that's like the new normal now. It's like, if you're not doing what's normal, you're looked at as weird. Like, oh, I don't watch Love Island. I'm the weirdo. I'm weird. I need to get with the program. I need to get with the program. I need to be programmed, apparently, to what they want. Because I don't watch Love Island. Because I didn't hear what Beyonce's doing. Or I don't know about an athlete's relationship drama. It's like, yo, what are we doing? Or because I didn't watch the new TV show that came out. Like, I'm the weirdo. It's like, what are we doing? It's a self-sustaining system at this point. Where honestly, I feel like these billionaires can just sit back and us regular people will do the work for them. Gladly. Maybe blindly, but we'll gladly do it. Because that's what's comfortable. That's what's easy. It feels... Gambling. It's like these people are eating it up. That's why I'm saying I can't even blame the greedy corporations and billionaires at this point. Because we are eating it up. We are gambling so much now. That's what I'm saying also. It's designed. Gambling is meant to be addicting. It is designed to be addicting. It is right in front of your face. Alcohol is a literal poison to your body. That's why you have hangovers, because your body is encountering a foreign toxin and is doing everything to get rid of that toxin. Your body is literally telling you, but guess what? We still go and drink every weekend, every day, because that's what you're supposed to do. Your 20s, people always say, oh, your 20s are meant to you're supposed to have fun in your 20s. Go out, party, drink. It's like, I don't know. I never got with that, because First of all, I don't like to party really. I don't like big crowds of people. But it's like, why is that so normalized? Where like, why is degeneracy so normalized? Like, why is cooking your life normalized? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I mean, I do get it. I do get it. I see why. But it's just, it's mind blowing. I'm baffled. I'm perplexed. Because things aren't going to change. Things are not going to change. So, I wrote some notes, some topics. I think I got through all of them. So, that's the end of this video. I know I went on a little bit of a rant, but I had to. This was on my mind. I had to. So, it made it to the end of the video. I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that. Thank you.